Good evening. Welcome to Plus Money Golf on the Fantasy Sports Corp Network, the show with the pro and the caddy. That would be Adam and Smitty. My name is Eric. I'm just the host. I'm distracted by the Chris Farley shirt. That's an incredible shirt, Adam. I got to get one of those.
Got it on the chive.
The
Got it on the
Foley.
chive, man.
That's
awesome.
incredible.
That is a fantastic shirt.
I got the shirts on there.
We are brought to you this evening by Jazz Sportsbook, Casino, and Racebook, as well as our friends at Underdog Fantasy. Use code PLUSMONEY, all one word, to get a 100% deposit match. That's a plus 100 win right away. I like that. Chris is over here putting us on the internet, telling people we're on the internet, doing all the real work. We just talk about golf. Adam and Smitty are here too. How you boys doing?
Good.
Doing okay.
Good.
I'm tired, man.
Yeah, long weekend, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I always, Memorial Day and 4th of July, I always come back to work more tired than I left.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're not big rest up holidays. They're let's get out there and enjoy the summer before it goes away again.
Yeah, I slept
Type
a lot, but
holidays.
I had a lot of drinks to offset that sleep. So
I had a couple drinks this weekend.
It's all about that beverages to golf holes
yeah,
ratio.
yeah.
I drank more beverages. And I played 36 2 days in a row. So
Perfect weekend for some golf.
Oh, it was awesome.
it was awesome weather for sure. It's rather dry out.
Yeah.
It has not rained here in Wisconsin for, I don't know, like a month. I think we
Supposed
had
to be
1
like
inch of rain in May.
2 or 3 more weeks of dry weather.
Yeah, it's getting out of hand.
El Nino now, so we're going to be dry.
Ooh, Smokey the Bear's going to be having a panic attack this year.
Yep.
Yikes. Well, what do? We talk about last week right away? I mean, that's the part I'm
Sure.
at.
Yeah, it was yeah, for sure, man. It was a good tournament. It was a good ending.
Yeah.
It was fun. Another playoff, baby.
Grillo wins.
Yeah.
Eddie picked him for a top 20. Didn't have him high enough, but still
Deal.
picked a winner.
Yeah, I mean I didn't expect him to come out and win. I thought that he was a good bet to get in that top 20, and obviously he overachieved like crazy. And once you kind of watched, to me anyways, as I was watching things kind of unfold, I know that he had that really weird 18th hole where he ended up doubling, but it's like he had already done enough to win that tournament in my eyes. So as soon as it went to that playoff, I put some extra money on him to win the playoff right away, because I was like, I don't think Adam Schenk has enough to in the tank to win it. And then you see they both on the first playoff hole, they both missed like a rather long putt by like an inch. I think Grillo was on the left side and then Schenk was on the right side. They both had the exact same putt pretty much in distance. And then the second playoff hole where Grillo's tee shot, like he was 6 inches from going into the bunker. And if he would have been 6 inches to the right, he's losing. But since it was 6 inches to the left of the bunker, he hits it in a perfect spot, and it just continues to trickle and trickle and trickle down to the hole. And then Schenk goes over the green, and it's a tough shot. But he had a really nice shot on his chip too. But Grillo's already there for birdie from like 3 feet to win it. So
yeah, Schenk just didn't have good stuff on Sunday. He shoots 72 instead of shooting 69 or 70, and he walks away. So
yeah,
I thought for a while Hall was going to win. Just grenaded the last 2 days.
Yeah,
he needed to make moves.
I blame the hat. Oh my god, the way he dresses, and then the mustache. Like, me and all of the guys that I was with all weekend, we were making fun of that hat forever. It's like, oh my gosh, like, what are you doing? Someone who would walk into the room and be like, oh my god, like, I don't know who that guy is, but I hate him. Look at his hat.
But you get a bowl of soup with a hat like that.
Bryson used to wear that hat for a long time too.
Yeah, I know. People, yeah, but it's like he kind of just let himself slip up a little bit there, like, but going back to Grillo on the 18th, did you guys see that? Did you watch like what happened there with like where he hit it into that little ravine, the water thing there, and the ball was just like going, I think it was going backwards, like towards the tee box, but they like were waiting for it to finally stop. So he's just standing there waiting for it, hanging out.
Like divine intervention.
Yeah.
It was interesting, but yeah, I mean, It was weird. And then Scotty was right there again, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's always
10.
right there on Sunday.
Did you guys see that that
Yeah.
tweet I sent you?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I saw that, or I saw
So-
that stat like last week. I think that he finishes like top 15 every week almost.
Yeah. So for those of you listening, right? So if I saw this tweet before, and it was like, so with his T3 finish at the Schwab, he has 14 straight top 20 finishes in stroke play events dating back to October of 22. So that means if you started with $100 and you bet him top 20 in each of those events and
You just
rolled
kept
your
rolling
winnings
it?
every time over after every one, you'd be up roughly 20 grand right now.
Not bad.
No,
That's
We've been doing-
insane.
that's like Tiger consistency. I mean, he's not winning, but he's right there every week. It's like, you know,
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing too, is like,
he
yeah,
finishes
like
one
Tiger's
shot
name,
out of the playoff. I mean, come on.
I know.
The dude
Tiger's name gets brought
been
up
there.
about that stuff all the time too, and then we're like, oh man, that's like Tiger-esque, and then you think about it and you actually look at it and you're like, no, it's still not Tiger.
No, but
Tiger, I mean, the fields are deeper, but I mean,
But Tiger was
just
like
at
running.
clips.
Yeah, he was running away with tournaments though.
yeah.
You know,
just-
Scotty is to the point where, like, if he finished sixth, we're asking what's wrong with Scotty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
that's pretty good.
he's just doing what he has to do to be number one. I mean, just finish top 5 every week, and you know we don't see that from any other player with
No.
consistency.
That's hard to catch.
Because even Rahm might win 1 or 2 events, but then the next week he misses the cut by 5, and it's like Jesus Christ. But
it's true. Like you that consistency. You know,
and can we just say that Spieth is pretty much done for a bit?
yeah, he's hurt, man.
He's got to go back to the drawing board. Fix
He's
his
just got to
thing,
get healthy
heal up.
again.
Ricky Fowler right there again.
And gets in the British Open too with this finish and a T6.
He and you know, I feel like he's a guy too that he's just gonna keep coming because he's been begging, right, pretty much for
Yeah.
his game to finally come back, and now that he's starting to feel it back, like he's gonna play in every single tournament that he can possibly play in because he's just like, oh my god, I got it again. Like I want to see if it keeps going and keep going,
Yeah.
keeps going, and so I think he's gonna play well again this weekend.
Well, I saw a thing on Twitter. It was like in the last 3 years, he's only made like 3.1 million. And this year he's made like 4.2
That's
Nice.
awesome.
in like
It's insane.
15 events. It's like crazy. He's just consistent. I don't know. It's like backdooring his way in. I mean, every time you get a top 10, that gets you in the next week. So
Yeah.
him and Jason Day and like Kuchar have just, you know, been able to find something to get those consistent top 10s.
Right, Aaron
it's true.
Rye, T12. That guy pops up now and again. Is it
Yeah.
a certain kind of course that he's
don't
good
know.
at? Or because he'll pop up in the top 10 and then disappear.
I saw he was an alternate for next week, so he's not obviously going to get in. So, or for
Then
this week, I
Ekram.
guess.
Ekram,
Yeah.
16th.
He's been playing good too. He got close to that win, and he's been playing good pretty much every week. Hovland played decent, and then kind of let it slide at the end. And
It's kind of
Yeah.
his thing, huh?
yeah, I don't know what's his deal. It's like it's hard to understand him because he plays so good, like out of the gates, and then just. And it's almost like he's a college player where he just plays good 2 rounds and tries to gap the field. And then if he doesn't, he's like stuck where
Mm-hmm.
he just doesn't come off the Friday round very consistent.
Lacks the mental fortitude to
Yeah.
close on a Sunday.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Sam Burns in top 10 again. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Justin Rose with the top 12.
Yeah, Justin Rose, man, he just continues to stay consistent again. Just another guy
Yep.
who just keeps playing well, and he's kind of, I wouldn't say it's obviously it's not to the lengths of Ricky, but I mean he's another guy that kind of got lost in the mix here with all these newbies and everything.
Mhm.
And it wasn't like he was playing terribly; it was that he just was getting other guys were playing better. Like the Ricky side of things, like Ricky was just playing bad,
Yeah.
and he's had to get it all back, but. Rose, I feel like, is just an older guy in tour that people kind of forgot about. And he's just like, whoa, I still got a little left in the tank. Just wait here a second.
I think he had like an injury or something too. Then he like kind of revamped a swing or whatever to fix the injury. So yeah. Bahati makes the cut too, a 50 or a solo 56.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. We talked about that after the show, where like the next day it was like, how did we forget to talk about Akshay? Like,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Corey Connors has been playing well lately too.
Yeah, he's been. I mean, he almost won 2 weeks ago, and then gets up there again. So he's kind of been one of those guys that's kind of separating himself from the middle tier guys.
well, and he's getting amped up now for the Canadian coming in next week. So
Yeah,
he's trying to get himself warmed up, and he's playing. He knows this is his part of the year here where he wants to start really peaking and playing well because he wants to play well in front of his hometown.
yeah. Spieth misses the cut. Stallings misses the cut. Poston missed the cut.
Poston did not play very well.
Mm-mm.
That was pretty
Supposed to
annoying, I
be,
guess. But
He's got
Yeah.
what, 4 events before the John Deere to get it together.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one.
Jimmy Walker 40th. I guess that little run is over. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe fatigue a little bit. I mean, you don't
Yeah.
play for a while, and you've had autoimmune disease, and then
mhm.
playing 6-7 weeks in a row is a drain. And
Oh,
I mean,
what's
really,
he got?
this week was the first week. It was kind of a hot event. Like the weather was hot compared to previous weeks where it's been almost sweater weather or light jackets for feels like the whole season.
Mhm.
Yeah, weather needs to leave us the hell alone.
Even in Phoenix,
for a
I think
while.
they had cold weather. So then I didn't even realize there was a live event this week.
World is drunk.
We've had everything: rain, frost, wind.
I saw a thing. It was like live golf is so bad that they are trying to go up against the senior PGA championship in a tour event that's like been on the tour for 100 years. It's like these guys don't stand a chance. I didn't even see any coverage like on any social medias that they were even playing.
Wow.
Like nothing on Twitter, nothing on Facebook, Instagram, anywhere that they were actually even playing this week.
That's weird. They just got a major, like one of their guys. They should be
Mhm.
They were playing
riding
at
high off of this.
They were playing at Trump, Washington D.C., which is a really sick golf course, and they just I didn't even know. I just saw a tweet this morning that Harold Varner won, and I was like, I didn't even realize there was an event this week.
Yeah, I didn't really pay attention. I never pay attention to live though, just because
I don't, but it usually pops
only-
up on socials.
Yeah,
and
true.
there was nothing the whole week.
There's only a couple guys that are on the live tour that I actually care about, that I care about how they're playing just because I know that for majors they're going to be factors,
Yeah. Taylor Gooch.
Speaking of like the senior tour, the Champions Tour and stuff, is Steve Stricker beat
Yeah,
beat Padraig Harrington in a playoff too. So we had another playoff. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. It was fun.
with his daughter on the bag too.
Yeah, that was
That was
awesome.
pretty cool.
Nice.
Yep, that was awesome.
Yeah. And this week the senior tour event is in Des Moines, so
Oh yeah,
at Wakanda Club. Yeah,
Mm.
great course. Great.
yeah.
course.
Okay, I did see
Right
that.
down the street.
And what else on the senior tour? I saw something. Oh, 2 of my buddies both made the cuts. 2 club pros, Chad Prohl and Jeff Schmid, both made the cut. And so that's pretty good for those guys to actually make the cut, get a little change in their pocket, pay for the
Yeah.
Oh,
trip.
yeah.
And then I just saw today one of my buddies, Judd Gibb, shot 66
Something I'll never
in the
do.
Monday and the Tuesday qualifier for the
Touche.
senior event in Des Moines. So he's playing this week in Des Moines. So
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet they got some nice courses out there.
Yeah,
It's
lots of
basically a
good stuff
blank
for club
canvas.
pros this year.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, hopefully those other club pros don't
Yeah.
say something really stupid to make people hate them.
I mean, they took that I feel like they took that quote a little out of context because he's saying that if he could drive the ball, I mean, in his eyes saying that, he's saying if I could drive the ball that far and hit it that well, I could, compete because he has a pretty good short game and he putts pretty well.
Yeah.
He wasn't
basically just
bagging
said-
on Rory. He was giving Rory a compliment and people took it completely the other direction.
He basically
think-
just said if
but
I
I-
was
I
better,
think-
then I'd be better.
I think though something he learned from that though is that he needs to be more blunt.
Yeah.
And because he was trying to be too courteous and too nice about it, right? So where
Yeah.
he needs to be blunt. It's like, No,
find this
not
content
better
I think
than
if Rory saw that, he would understand what he was actually trying to say, where the media spins it in the opposite direction just because they feel like they're tired of this guy. But
Yeah.
I just saw
We
Smiley
built him
Cough.
up. Let's tear him down.
Yeah, I mean, people just hate to see it. And I saw a deal today where Smiley Coffin was saying that guy had 30 media interviews at Colonial this week. He's like, dude, that's a lot for any player. Like, no player gets more than maybe 10. And he had 30. And he's like, how do you play with 30 interviews? Like, it's impossible with the distractions,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yeah.
is good for him. But I mean, there's just too many distractions,
It was a whirlwind week for him.
Yeah. I mean, he got some money and doesn't care. It's like, he just really doesn't care. He pisses off. He's still going to have students, and
Yeah, no shortage of
That's
those.
true.
he's not trying to be on tour and be everybody's buddy. He just wants to go back to living his life.
Right, because he's past to that. He's past that age, and now he's just got a nice little.
He's going to be in the
cushion.
He's going to be in the Canadian next week. So
Yeah, I just. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to think now after. I mean, I kind of I thought there was like an outside chance, obviously, with taking him. Like, oh,
Yeah.
the top 40 would probably be the best bet for him last year or last week or whatever. But for him to do as well as he did the week before, I mean, come on, I don't think anybody thought that.
no,
But
he
it was
didn't even
worth
think
it was
that.
worth the betting odds, though. I mean,
Yeah.
put a few dollars on that.
Yeah. So maybe we can get him cheap at Canadian next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Bloom is off, sort of. This week in the PGA, it's the Memorial at Muirfield Village Golf Course in Dublin, Ohio. This looks like a very Midwestern golf course. Past winners include, but are not limited to, Billy Horschel last year, Cantlay a couple times, Rahm, Kuchar, some guy named Willie McGirt, and Tiger a couple times, of course.
Didn't Tiger win 8 times here or something?
Yeah, just 7 or 8, something like that.
It was a lot. I think this is one of the events that he won like 1 million times. 1, 2,
Smitty, you're muted.
Oh, I think he's won 5 times.
5. Yeah.
No,
3 in a row. 3 in a row.
Yeah, 3 in a row is stupid.
Yeah.
But since then, it looks just like a weird. Since 2012 was the last time Tiger won there, which was when he was on his kind of real good comeback tour.
Like, who the fuck wins three of the same event in a row?
Tiger's multiple times. I mean,
know, it's so dumb though. It's ridiculous.
Bridgestone,
How
Arnold
good guys are.
Palmer, stupid events. I mean, it's unbelievable how good he was.
Just
Yeah.
throwing in 63s and 65s all over the place.
But I mean, if you look, the cool thing about when they show these past results, like the winner payout. So in 1998, when Fred Couples won, 396,000.
Oof.
Then it was 400, then at 500, then 700, 800, 900, then $1 million. Now it's
Mhm.
last year 2 million. So the Tiger effect, but now it's an elevated event. So 2.6.
It's pretty nice, man. Like, but
Yeah.
I don't know if the money was there before and now they're getting it.
Yeah.
Well, there should be some back pay involved. Because it's like, wow,
Tiger's the one that should get all that back pay.
he doesn't need it.
Wow, 547, 592. There's some long holes in here, and then you got a 200, a 210, and the 417. Sort of all over the place here.
Yeah, this is
Looking
a
at
big,
the-
big golf course.
Yeah,
This is-
7,600 yards, man. I mean, you're gonna.
This is
It's like
Jack's. This
A
is Jack
majority are over
Nicklaus's.
450.
So this is Jack Nicklaus's course that he built. I guess he owned this property for years. It's like hunted on it as a kid or something, and
Yeah, it's like his
Built
home
it.
course that he built, right? Yeah.
so every year, if there's a hole that he thinks should play hard and it plays easy, they go in with dozers the next day and they rebuild the hole to what he thinks it should be.
It's
It's
awesome.
like a golf course that has a limited budget and doesn't care who's there.
The 11th looks like the green is sloped, like the green itself is a hill. This
And
looks like a difficult course.
I believe Jason Day's a member here, so I know he
It
lives
is.
in the area.
Talking about difficulty, it's the 5th toughest on the PGA Tour out of the 46, and then what is it, 7th highest in elevation, and it is
Wow.
the 6th longest.
We get 4 par fives this week though too, so you can see some decent scoring.
Yeah, it's what, usually somewhere around that 15 under, like 12 to
Yeah.
15 under range, which it's a good. I mean, I can live with that. I just don't like when it
18
gets
looks-
to 20.
Yeah.
18 looks really tricky.
My guess with as dry as it's been in the north this year and the kind of weather, like growing conditions we've had the last 2-3 weeks, this course is going to have all these boys can handle.
Oh yeah, because
Because the
guys-
fairways are going to
guys
be
trying to-
dry and the greens are going to be firm and fast.
yeah, trying to like just put balls where you want on the green is going to be really
Yeah.
difficult this week.
And
Because
they have some pretty nasty greens here too, anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks
you-
like a couple of them are right next to the water.
Yeah. They've had, I know a couple times on the renovations, they had where the greens tilted towards the water and they had to soften the slope because guys would hit the green and it would just go right in the water.
yeah,
But it's kind of like
insane.
Jack's.
I bet he's
Jack's-
sitting there laughing his ass off while that's happening.
Well, this is like his
Well,
homage to Augusta National. Like some of the approach shots are very Augusta like, the way the creek winds through.
Mhm.
Some of the par fives are kind of set up like Augusta. So
he's definitely smiling when stuff like that happens because
yeah.
he sets the course up in those ways, and that's what he wants to happen.
Yeah.
That's
There's
what,
hole 9 is just like one of the course holes at Augusta. It's very similar feel. So in an elevated event, like, look for
Yeah.
Scotty. Like hole 14 is a 360 par 4. And they had the green where it tilted back. So when they drove it, it would either hit and kick in the water or it would hit and kick long, and they had no shot. So he's like raised the back up and then changed the angle of the hole so it's a little more driver friendly. But he added more bunkering left, higher left to
All
the hole.
bunkers to the left
Yeah.
there.
He moved the bunkers, kind of moves the bunkers year to year based on where guys are bailing. So he'll push them back. He'll push them back or push them farther to the left just to make it a little trickier.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I love it.
It's a cool event because like they usually have him on Saturday or Sunday, and he'll talk about like what he did to the course this year to change it. And there's several times they've just completely redone the greens here just to redo the greens.
Yeah, like you say, unlimited budget.
Yeah, it's his playground, man. Like he
Yeah.
wants to, if he wants to change something, and probably I'm sure it's happened too before he changed something, doesn't like it, and so he's like, all right,
Oh yeah,
never mind, we'll just go back.
yeah,
We'll go back to this.
yeah,
To each their own.
More sand.
yeah. It's just like a great Midwest golf course. That's big, Jack Nicklaus course. Which
If-
the Nicklaus greens are really cool because you get different tiers. So
I was looking at like the course facts and stuff here, and it's saying that the green speeds are at a 13 on the stem. I wonder if that's just like, I wonder when they do this, like if that is set up with the forecast and the weather too, and like what it's been, or if it's 13 like how it's normally supposed to be, because with how dry it is, like
if they're firm at 13, we're gonna get a complete bloodbath. Which
Ain't gonna be no 24 under.
Jack hates
Yeah.
these low scoring tournaments. I could see him. He also likes good TV, so I could see him just being like, "Let's just let it ride, boys." And like,
this course, I'm looking at everything. This course ranks in like all different avenues here of like the top, I want to say top 7th ish for like as far as difficulty, like green size, the 6th smallest, right? I talked about the difficulty ranked at 5th toughest, right? And then elevation 7th highest, and then 6th longest course. I mean,
Fairways are hittable at least.
yeah, they're big, but we're gonna be in the 90s all week. So, and it's just sun every day. These guys are just gonna be struggling because you know how it is when it's 90 up here. It's like
Yeah, the last
humidity
thing they're gonna be-
central.
the last thing they're going to be thinking about is the 7,600 yards. That's the last thing, because they're going to be worried about all this other stuff.
Because if it's firm and fast in the fairways too, like all these creeks come into play, and now they're gonna have to try to decide with it off the tee, and I can't imagine it's gonna be any type of wet or damp in the fairways at 91 degrees
Right.
in Ohio
Yeah,
in
12 water holes.
in June. It's gonna be filthy.
It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be tough. And It's not going to be. It's if you. There's going to be a guy who could go low one day and the next day shoot an 80.
And we're going to see super deep rough too, because obviously with the weather we've had, it's, deep snow this year. It's going to be brutal.
Yep.
Well, let's give the people some winners. But first, here is a message from our friends at Jazz Online Sportsbook Casino and Racebook.
Jazz, Sportsbook, Casino, and Racebook, the world's best resource for all-purpose online wagering. For over 20 years, Jazz has provided the best and quickest payouts in sports and entertainment wagers. Live sports betting, covering all the major sports leagues, and even into the new and exciting world of esports. Down the stretch you'll come, with Jazz's online horse wagering. Get paid when you play with Jazz's fun and exciting online casino games. Go online now and use the promo code TSS for our new members deals. Jazz Sportsbook, Casino, and Racebook, the world's best resource for online wagering.
Little online blackjack. I've been getting into that a little bit. The live dealer blackjack. That's a good time. All right. Top 20s. What should we do? Let's have Adam go first.
All right. Well, last week we had Fowler and Homa top 10 and top 20, and then Grillo for the win. So wasn't a terrible week, but could have been better.
Yeah, I think I ended up down a few units.
Yeah.
So it wasn't great, but at least
Hovering around.
Yeah. So this week, top 20, I have Corey Connors at 165.
He's in there this week.
Tom
165?
Yeah. Tom Kim at 190.
He's been playing good.
Yeah, Adam Scott at 190. Wyndham Clark at 200. And
Wyndham Resorts.
Thigala at 200.
200. Yep. I already Googled Thigala's hometown. He's from Fullerton, California. It's kind of hot there.
Well, it should be good for the LA Open or for the US Open at LA Country Club.
Ooh.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I did see some pictures of that, and it wasn't anything like I thought it was at LA Country Club. It's like trees everywhere. It looked like it was in the middle of the woods. I don't know. Very strange.
They're fighting people to the death for water out there. They must be.
The LA Country Club, I don't think they have to worry about it.
Nope. They're still fine.
They're up here.
Yep. They gotta hook up with Nestle. They got a chunk of the reservoir or something. But that golf course is gonna be fine. Don't worry. There'll be trees.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be grass. What do you got, Smitty?
Well, a couple similar things here. I have top 20 I have Hatton at plus 105. Top 20. He's been having a really great season, and he's just kind of looking for. I don't think he doesn't have a win on tour yet this year, but he's played really, really well and has come close a couple times. And he's a guy that I think shapes up really well for this course. And then I have Ricky staying hot. Ricky Fowler at plus 140. We already discussed him a little bit a few minutes ago. I mean, guy's just playing really good golf, and he's trying to just keep it trending in that direction. I have Corey Connors at plus 165. He's getting ready to go for the Canadian next week, so he wants to play well and
That's true.
get off to a good start here, especially early. I think maybe this weekend, but and then I have Thigala at plus 200, and I have Grillo, Emiliano Grillo at plus 330. He has. It's not like you look at his stats from this year. You look at he's not like just coming out of the woodworks. He's been playing.
He's been
pretty
playing
well.
good. Yeah.
He's got like 2 top 7s. He had 2 top 7s in April, right? And he has good history here too. Of what is it? He finished. He has finishes of T9, T11, and T23 here at the Memorial. So he's very capable of getting a top 20. And he just won a tournament, man. Like, what is it? Is it his second ever?
It's been like 2 years since he won or something?
Yeah, it's been a bit.
Months.
So I mean, he's riding the wave right now, man. So I mean, I think that's going to help him potentially, cap off and get a top 20. And, I actually have him maybe going further than that this week.
Yeah. Sort of on that Tony Finau type trajectory.
Yeah, that'd
Seems
be
like
cool.
guys do that
Way up
lately.
there.
Yeah.
What are we on 10s? What do you got for top 10s, Adam?
Ricky Fowler at 320. Rory at 150. Just because he's had a couple weeks off to kind of work the demons. I saw a video of him today actually trying this new swing training aid that a couple guys have told me about. That's really good to get your hand in the right position, because I think he's getting his swing in the wrong position at the top, and this fixes that. So I don't know.
Ooh. Maybe he just one little thing needs to click for him. That could be.
It seems like when he goes to this guy for stuff like the new gimmicky swing aid, then he plays really good 2 or 3 weeks in a row. So,
or one little thing to absolutely mind fuck him into like,
True.
the abyss.
yeah. Then I got Justin Thomas at 275. Just had a bad stretch lately. But at Jack's place, maybe it.
Yeah.
Jason Day at 240 because home build for him. Gets to sleep in his own bed.
That's a big deal.
Being with the family. Yeah. And Corey Connors at 360.
Nice. We're finally we're giving Corey Connors the respect he deserves
For this week.
Yep. You got Corey in your top 10, Smitty?
I don't, but I think he's definitely on my list of like 8 guys that potentially, that I would love to be in the top 10. So I don't hate that pick whatsoever, because I do think that he really wants to play this weekend because he wants to win next weekend. But my top 10s, I have Xander Schauffele at plus 140. I have Victor Hovland at plus 200. I mean, he's just around everywhere. We say this every week, but he really is. Like,
Yeah.
you got it. He's gonna just fall into a win at some point. He's gonna continue to play well enough, and other guys aren't gonna like have the rounds of their life.
Yeah.
And then I have Terrell Hatton at plus 240, Ricky Fowler at plus 320, and then I have Grillo at plus 850. Top 10.
Grillo, 850. The guy just won. What'd you say after Xander? I dropped out and did not hear that one.
Hovland.
Victor Hovland at plus 200.
He's going to keep the fucking thing together this week.
I think it seems to me that he plays really good on difficult courses. Like, he keeps his focus longer. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a trend we should look at, like how he plays well on super difficult courses, like each round, where we saw it in the major where he played pretty consistent all 4 days.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe
I
he
noticed
just
Smotherman has been playing first rounds like
yeah.
really well lately. And then he falls off, but he's right around the first round leader lately.
I do like I do think that, I mean, I don't have him because it's pretty close to even money, and Xander was just the closest to even money at 140 that I was willing to go to, but I don't know. I think with his course history here too, I think Patrick Cantlay is a lock in the top 10 at like plus 115. I think he is maybe right now.
He's won like 2 of the last 5 or something.
Yeah, he's won
2 of the last 4.
He won in 2019 and 21.
Yeah.
So every other year he's due.
Correct.
It's true.
I actually
If you
have
go
that
that
written down.
pattern.
Like, there's a trend. There's a trend here, and so we might be there. But I really like him this week.
If these trends continue, who's going to win this thing, Adam? Sahith Theegala?
No, I don't think so.
Not
Be
yet.
cool, but it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Got Scotty Scheffler at 600 because I would take him at 10 or 20 because of the lock, but the guy's like negative money.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't learn.
600
to
is the
take him,
best.
We don't
take
have
what is he?
$18,000 to put on minus 200.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
minus 300 for a top 20. So we
Yeah.
didn't-
Yeah, so Scotty at 600, I think Rahm at 700. He's one of those guys who's won here, and
Yep.
he's one of those guys that plays really good at like Jack's tournament or Arnie's, where he's like Tiger, where he plays good at these ones that are like tributed to the older guys. Then I got Hovland at 1,800. Jason Day at 2,500 because it's a home track and he's playing well. And then Fowler at 3,500 because he's just due. I don't want to be the guy that doesn't have Fowler when he wins.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's so close every week.
Yeah, it's sort of like last season when Xander was almost winning.
Yeah.
It's like, God, I don't want to not be on Fowler when he fucking
Yeah.
wins.
I know, for real.
Okay.
I love Ricky.
Who do you got, Smitty?
Well, I started off with Patrick Cantley at 10-1.
It's pretty good for a
just
guy who's
some
won 50% of the last 4.
Yeah, pretty. I mean, ridiculous. Just he's two-time champ, and like you just said a minute ago, right? He's got a trend of winning this thing lately, every other year. So here we are in 2023. He won last in 21, so he's probably going to do it this year. I have Xander at plus 1,200. I like Xander a lot, and he's been playing well. He's got 4 top 5s in the last 6 events.
Not bad.
No worse than 18th his last 4. And right now, and I think this is going to be big stats with him too, is that he's 6th on the PGA Tour on strokes gained and approach in the field, and then he's 11th in putting. Those are going to be big deals this week. The approach thing, with how the greens are and how dry it is and how everything's going to run like crazy and how the course set up, it's going to be a big deal. So I like Xander a lot with that. Then I do have Victor Hovland at plus 1,800, and I have Tyrrell Hatton at plus 2,200, and then Ricky Fowler at plus 3,500 to round it out. But I really like my first 2. I really like Cantley and I really like Schauffele. I think that those 2 guys are going to play very well this weekend.
I mean, I think it's going to play very similar to the PGA. So just
That's what it sounded like when you were
no
describing
rain.
the course.
Yeah, with no rain.
Yeah, that makes a big difference. Because if we're talking in the last week we've gotten 6 inches of rain, that's going to be a lot different then.
Yeah.
Because there's only so much you can do when the ground is soft like that.
You think it'll be better to have an early tee time and get done before it gets hot, or have a late tee time and see how fast these golf balls are running around the course before you start?
I think you want to go late early, just because then you can recover from practice round days and then get out that heat and then get a quick recovery, play early, and then get almost a full day. If you play well, get, a full day's break into the weekend where it's going to be super hot. And I think that's the way I would want to play, is late early.
Yeah, I just think that traditionally, I mean, having the early tee times is the time to score, unless there's weather that has been coming in at that time, right? But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna have a lot of heat, and I don't know, to me it just feels like a no-brainer. It's if I can get off at 8:30 in the morning and be done by 1:30 in the morning or 1:30 in the afternoon, then all those other guys are having to drink 10 gallons of water and fight through just that dead heat walking up and down those fairways.
Yeah, I didn't see the tee times. I didn't know, because I was just thinking Hovland plays really good when he plays early late as opposed to late early.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw some pictures of the tee times, but I didn't really look that much at them.
I think I have it right here. Let's see. So some notables. Excuse me. I mean, there's the guys that we've been talking about. Wyndham Clark goes 741. Tom Kim's with him, 741. That's a nice girl group. Wyndham Clark, Kurt Kitayama, and Tom Kim. That's cool. I like that group.
Xander's a birdies guy.
How about this one? 753. You got Griot off of 10. Griot, Scheffler, and
birdies
Hovland.
or better.
Oh, that's a good group.
That's
there.
a fun group right there. That'll be the main group there.
I like if you got the Hulu, whatever the more expensive one, you can actually start watching like the very first groups play. That's what I've been doing on Thursday, Friday, Saturday is watching in the morning while I'm sitting here working before I
There-
go play golf. I've been watching the early groups play and it's been really good.
So hey, Hulu, you can give us some money for giving you a shout
Yeah.
out right there.
Yeah.
I do like it's cool like Jason Day, John Rahm, and Colin Morikawa together. They're putting all the big boys together and all the good names together right off the back. It's like Sam Burns, Siwoo Kim, and Ricky Fowler. Adam Scott, Zach Johnson, Cam Young. Let's see. Your boy Austin Eckroat.
Man, he's been
Playing with
good.
Chris Gotterup. We haven't
Ooh,
talked about
Chris
that one yet.
got her up. There's
Didn't
a
he
name
finish-
we haven't dusted off in a while.
He finished top 10 there last year. I think he may have got second or third. I'd have to look. But that was because I saw he was playing and I was like,
Who's that?
Chris Gotterup.
No, let me see.
See,
Gotterup. Let me
scoreboard.
see here.
There was a reason why he got in. I mean, it is an invitational, but
Yeah, he's not on there.
yeah.
But yeah, that's a name we haven't seen. We haven't seen yet this year.
He's on the web. That's why. With
I know it's just kind of
Every-
crazy, but
every other superstar college kid from last
remember
year.
remember all the like low end tournaments last year, and we're just like,
Yeah.
oh my god, he's gonna bust through. It's his time, and then just kept shitting the bed, man.
Yeah. I think after this week, we'll see a lot of the college kids come out because like Texas Tech had the #1 amateur and he got his tour card. They get conditional tour cards for the rest of the year and they didn't make it to the nationals. So he's playing, I think next week, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I think there's like 10 guys. So we'll see the dude that was in the Masters, the guy that almost won. Can't even think of his name, went blank. But both of those amateurs will be playing too. So it's pretty cool for the tour to do that.
Sam Bennett.
Yeah, Sam Bennett.
He's in this field to this week, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah, he is. He's playing with Aaron Rai and Batia.
Oof.
Ooh,
It's a
that's
pretty good
fun
group.
Yeah, that's a cool group. I like that group.
Yeah.
That's like some young kids, and then Aaron Rye's been around a little bit, right? So like, then you got the past two champions playing with each other at 12:41 going off, Cantley and Horschel, and then Hideki Matsuyama with them. Rory, Spieth, and Hatton at 12:53,
Interesting.
and then 105 you got Fitzpatrick, Xander, and JT.
I saw Homa wasn't playing because his sister's getting married. So they
Oh, is
let
that
him
what it
out.
is?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said he played
Yeah,
bad the last 2 weeks and his sister's getting married. So it came at convenient time for him to take a break.
Yep.
There's a
Valid
bunch of
excuse.
there's a bunch of no name guys, like lower end guys, I should say, that are grounding out. But like at 129 is the last like notable group. That's Corey Connors, Keegan Bradley, and Thigala. So that
Keegan Bradley's been playing good too on these difficult courses.
there's your late early. Yeah, that's what you said, late early.
Yeah.
There's that group right there, the Connors, Bradley, and Thigala. Two guys that we've been talking about. I mean, we'll see what happens that way.
Yeah.
But even like Cantley for playing at 12:40, like, well, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what that's something I'm going to keep an eye on, just to see like, okay, with having these early tee times, and then the next day they have that late one, how they really adjust to the heat and how the course is playing at that time.
Early late gives you, a full day to recover between, which is
Mhm.
big.
Yeah.
But, if you're hot and you play really good the first round and it's like, now I got to sit around all day. What do you do?
Yeah, that's a big difference though, if when you're early and then you play late compared to if you're late and then the next day you play early, because you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, I literally have to go to bed and get back up and I play it again, right? To where you can go through your like daily routine in the middle of a tournament.
Find a local Chili's to go to and watch the morning rounds or something, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll find out. There's got to be an advantageous
Yeah.
time. I put together a little underdog lineup here, Smitty. Tell me what you think about this. Corey Connors, lower than 72 strokes. Jason Day, 4 birdies or better. I think he can get 4 birdies on Thursday. Fowler, lower than 71.5 strokes. Thigala, higher than 3.5 birdies. And Scotty Scheffler, lower than 70 strokes. Just need a 69er from Scotty on Thursday.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely, those are all definitely possible for sure. I don't know. For me, I didn't put anything together yet just because I just want to see how this first round goes with. Because I mean, I know and I'm not playing like the caliber of courses, obviously, but like just playing all weekend and everything, and how balls just were not holding any greens ever. It's frustrating to see. And like I've talked to numerous of friends who played golf all weekend around the Midwest and everything. There's like, there's no green that holds a goddamn ball right now.
It's dry. Even our course, they watered the crap out of it, and the greens are super firm and fast. So obviously it's different at a tour event, but yeah.
Right. Different caliber, but it's still, something to keep in the back of your mind, I guess. But
yeah. I wonder how the hell Chris Goddard got in this tournament. That's what I want to know.
I hope you win, Eric.
Is he like a friend? He must be a friend of Jack's. That's the only thing I figure.
Yep, that'll do it. You get in tight with Jack Nicklaus, and you're all set.
Yeah. Be interested to see how Sam Bennett does. He didn't do anything at the NCAA, at the Big 12 or the national tournament. He did nothing. I don't know if the course they're playing for the NCAA is just that hard, because there was a lot of huge scores from a lot of good teams.
Maybe just needs that extra push from the competition of professionals.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's obviously getting a payday. I'm just going to see T-Mobile on the side of his golf bag. So,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's not
cool.
bad. Well, I think that's our golf show. Thank you, people, for listening. Thanks, Adam and Smitty, for all of your hard work. We truly do appreciate it. Digging into numbers and so forth. Fucking watching practice rounds. If you haven't already, subscribe to the Fantasy Sports Corp channel right here on the YouTube. You're already here, so you just click subscribe. It's really easy. You knew that. Follow the show on Twitter at Plus Money Golf. Best of luck with your bets this weekend. We'll see you right back here next Tuesday for more Plus Money opportunities. Adam, say something cool that golfers say.
yeah, can I just hit one good fucking iron shot today?